We are here tonight on the show. How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? On a Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's start talking about sports. Let's go through the NFL first, and then work ourselves around, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here, some NFL news. Fucking Leonard Fournette, man, he's kind of pissed off because everybody's calling him a fucking fat ass. And he posted this picture on Twitter. Camp starts on Monday. See you guys there. And he fucking posted this picture. Remember, they're saying that he fucking a fat ass. He's like over 260 pounds. So I guess he's playing along with it. We'll see how good of it. Supposedly back in minicamp, June, May, whenever the hell it was, they said he was overweight. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here, more news. Man, fucking Packers once again place the left tackle David Bagatari on the fucking he's hurt again. Like they placed him on the freaking physically unable to performance. Didn't this guy tear his ACL like in 2020? Like it's been like 2 years and he's still hurt. Jesus Christ. I think he played a game last year, like in week 16, 17, and then he missed the playoff run. He missed the whole season, and then he played like in week 17, and then once the playoff started, he missed it again, and now he's being placed on the physically unable to perform list. Man, it seems like I'm with the ACL, man. It seems like it used to be 6-7 months, max 9 months, and you were back. And now you're starting to see players miss up to 2 years with ACLs. To me, we're going backwards with like medicine. We should be going forward. It should be less time, or at least stay around 6-7 months. And you saw Jamal Murray miss the whole season. So early as he can play now is what? November of 2022 when he tore his ACL in April of 2021. You're seeing all over the place. Derrick Rose, remember he took like 2 years to come back when he tore his ACL back in the day. You're seeing it all over the place. Kawhi Leonard, obviously, I believe he tore his in June or May of 2021. Same thing as Jamal Murray. Did not play his whole season. Earliest we'll see him is October of 2022. These ACLs are taking forever now. Even in wrestling, I believe Jimmy Uso tore his ACL in 2019 or 2018. They didn't come back until like 2021. Yeah, I don't like how they're taking forever to come back from ACLs now, man. It's not looking good. It should be as time goes along, it should be getting better, not worse, for the recovery of these ACL tears. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see more news on a Saturday. Colts claim former Patriots defensive lineman Brian Crawford off waivers. All right. Lions hired former Ohio State quarterback J.T. Barrett as an assistant coach. So J.T. Barrett, man, I mean, this guy was just played less than 7 years ago. He was a star at the Ohio State University and already done playing football, and he will be a coach now for the Detroit Lions. All right, we'll see. And everybody's worried about the Deshaun Watson trade, right? The Deshaun Watson suspension. We're forgetting another suspension that could be coming up. And that's Alvin Kamara, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, he got arrested during the Pro Bowl. I believe it was in Las Vegas. He got arrested. So NFL is also reviewing that, and they could suspend him here pretty soon. It says here, NFL still monitoring Alvin Kamara's battery case, monitoring legal developments leading up to August 1st court date. No firm timetable for a decision on potential discipline. So same thing as Deshaun Watson. Nobody's talking about this one, but Alvin Kamara could be facing a suspension for being arrested back in January. We'll see how that goes. Tennessee finally sent their quarterback, Malik Willis, to a 4-year contract. He finally signed today, just weeks right as we're about to start training camps. Malik Willis signs his contract with the Tennessee Titans. Um, let's see here. That's about it. I think that's about it for NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move over to the National Basketball Association. Obviously, not much news. The Phoenix Suns coach got an extension. That's about it. Phoenix Suns coach Monty Williams has agreed on a long-term contract extension. Monty Williams had the NBA's Coach of the Year, had 2 years left on his original 5-year deal, and now moves under contract for several more seasons. So congratulations to Phoenix Suns coach Monty Williams on getting a contract extension from the franchise. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, in the National Basketball Association. Whatever. Let's move over to the Major League Baseball, ladies and gentlemen. The Guardians have a deal with Chase Ladura, the 16th overall pick in the draft. He's an outfielder from James Madison University. So shout out to the Guardians and Chase Ladura agreeing on a contract on their draft pick. Fucking the Baltimore Orioles, man. A lot of people are loving them play. I saw the end of that game between the Yankees. Baltimore Orioles win, man. A lot of people love the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles really have a good thing going. They have an energy, they compete, and they have very good young players. Coming Holiday, Henderson, Hall, and Rodriguez will really engage things too. Very nice. Yep, they drafted Holiday, Matt Holiday's kid, in the first overall pick. But yeah, man, a lot of people are excited about the Baltimore Orioles, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. Let's see more news. Let's see. They're saying the Yankees are probably out on Juan Soto, but I don't know, man. They're asking for minor leaguers, or maybe they want young players. That's what they said. Whether it's minor leaguers or young players are already in Major League Baseball, but they for sure asking for younger players. So we'll see, man. We'll see if they do a trade or not. The Marlins call up their former number 1 overall pick to the major leagues, J.J. Balday. So congratulations to him on getting called up to the major leagues. The frickin' Mets get another catcher, Michael Paris from the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we'll see if he's more of a catcher. He can't really hit that much though. So we'll see, man. But Michael Paris gets traded from the Pirates to the Mets. Michael King, the fucking pitcher for the Yankees, broke his fucking arm. He's probably out for the season, man. Jesus Christ, that sucks for Michael King, man. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, with Major League Baseball news. Let's move over to wrestling now, and then we'll call it a night here tonight on a Saturday. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. So it is being reported that so everybody was confused. Who's obviously we get Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are gonna be running the business side of WWE, but a lot of people are wondering who's gonna be running the creative side, and it looks like it's gonna be Bruce Butcher, whatever the fuck his name is. Bruce Richard is gonna be running the fucking it's gonna be running creative. So we don't know Triple H how much he's really gonna be involved. He was named yesterday the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. But it looks like Bruce Pritchard is going to be the one that's going to be involved with creative. He's going to be the head of creative. Basically, they said Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are replacing McMahon as a CEO and chairman. But Bruce Pritchard is the one that's replacing McMahon as head of creative. So it looks like it's going to be Bruce Pritchard, the one that's going to be calling the shots for creative, and not Triple H. So there we go about that one. Confirmed McMahon 7-10 days ago decided to retire and officially made it official yesterday. But this was a decision that was made about 7 to 10 days ago. All right. Talent were very surprised, but also very positive. The reaction was about the news that very surprised about Mr. McMahon retiring, but also very happy with the direction the company decided to go. I think especially naming Stephanie McMahon the CEO of the company. And then they were talking about Brock Lesnar, obviously, how they had they said that I guess Brock Lesnar was going to open up the show, and obviously they had to rewrite the show, and they had Stephanie open it instead. But I guess during SmackDown, they were able to bring Brock Lesnar back in the building and convince him to stay. And obviously, Brock Lesnar ended up appearing on SmackDown last night. But those were not the original plans, so who knows what the original plans were. Who knows if at the end there the plan was for him to come out and beat the shit out of Austin Theory or not. Who knows, man. But it looks like, I guess, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns is on for SummerSlam. I would think it is. I would think it is on if he came back into the arena. I guess it's on. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over SmackDown, and then we'll call it a night here on a Saturday. So like I said, Stephanie, it starts off with Stephanie McMahon, pretty much, talking about her father and, just like a little tribute. I'm surprised they didn't do a video package or something. I don't know. It just really came out of nowhere, man. It sucks for McMahon, how to go out like this. And this is what happens, man, when you go, you get into like a fucking, a scandal like this, man. This guy should have gone out. I understand the last few years, maybe the last, 10, 20 years were not that good for him. He was kind of out of touch with today's, today's culture. But this guy, man, he, what was it, 40, 50 years, man. It sucks that he just retired just like that. Couldn't even get like a final speech, a video package. Hopefully they put him in the Hall of Fame next year. But man, it just sucks. The daughter out there just doing like a 5-minute promo, people chanting "Thank you, Vince," and that was about it. Before you know, they turned into the camera, and the Street Profits were coming out through the fans. And we didn't even see Stephanie McMahon leaving at the end. I just hate to see the way McMahon ends up going out, man. What a shitty way to go out, man. This guy should have gone out, man. He should have gotten like a final speech. Everybody should have, this whole family, friends, all the wrestlers should have been there clapping. Like I said, video packages. It should have been like the whole theme about Mr. McMahon and, going back in time, the last 50 years of him doing wrestling. It just sucks, man, that it ended like this for him, man. All that hard work for 50 years and for not even be able to show up or get like a tribute package, video package on your final night. It really sucks for me, man. Oh man, I just hate to see the guy go out like this, man. Hopefully, eventually, they can have like a Hall of Fame for him, and I think they will, man. I don't know. They said in the past they would like to put him in the Hall of Fame, but he's not interested in it. So maybe they can convince him now that he's retired to put him in. I think it would make completely sense for him to be the main guy going into the Hall of Fame next year, especially in Los Angeles, man. I think it would make a lot of sense. He's an entertainer. LA's known for entertainment as well with like Hollywood. It would make a lot of perfect sense for him to get inducted into the next year's Hall of Fame, man. But you just hate the way he goes out like that, man. Then, the fucking Street Profits come out. They had a promo. That out too. Then the Usos come out. Then Madcap Moss comes out. They get put in a 6-man tag team match. That ended up being the main event of the show. Then after that, we go commercial break. We get a match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Luke Kaiser. Luke Kaiser wins. But I guess Gunther had to help him. So after the match, Gunther beats the shit out of him again. Even though he won, I guess, because he had to help him. So he beats the shit out of him. Let's see here. Next thing, we get backstage. We get Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan doing a promo. I don't know why they do it backstage. It makes it not mean that much. I think you gotta get out there and do the promo. I know it was like a short little promo, but I feel like it makes it look like, we don't give a shit about this storyline when they did the promo backstage. Pretty much Ronda Rousey saying, I'm happy for you, but after I beat you at SummerSlam, I want you to shake my hand. And Liv Morgan pretty much tell him, no, man. I'm gonna beat you because I simply love this more and I need this more than you. And that's about it. Let's see. But then after that, they go to Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, and fucking Happy Corbin ends up attacking
Pat McAfee from behind. Then Pat McAfee chases them backstage. They beat the shit out of each other. They get separated by security. And then Pat McAfee comes out onto the ring, and he does a promo, and he's gonna beat the shit out of him. Boom ass Corbin. And then he just gets back into the commentating, and they continue the show, whatever. Next match was Jinder Mahal and Shanky versus the Viking Raiders. I believe the New Day wasn't commentating. The Viking Raiders won the damn match, whatever. Next we get we get Sheamus, Butch, and Rich Holland were on the ring, and fucking Drew McIntyre, and they pretty much agreed to do a celebrity match next week, I think. At this point, they should just fucking do this for SummerSlam. They don't have nothing for neither Sheamus or Drew McIntyre to do. If you're gonna keep milking this out so much, how about just fucking do the number one contender match at SummerSlam? It just makes more sense to me at this point, But whatever. And then, you get the backstage, the Usos with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman pretty much telling them, use Austin Theory during the match, but then after the match, drop him. You can pretty much, I guess, playing the show, whatever. Then we get Raquel Rodriguez versus Sonya Deville. Raquel Rodriguez wins, whatever. Next we get Lacey Evans. Again, she's supposed to have a match with Alea. It didn't happen again. They just do this every fucking week. And then it is being reported that Max Dupree is out. That was one of the final decisions Mr. McMahon made before he retired. That I guess Max Dupree was not. I don't know. He was not like. I don't know, like inappropriate stuff backstage. I don't know, or like not positive stuff backstage, and they decided to remove him from what is it called? Maxim Male Production, what the fuck they're called. So now I guess they got a woman as their manager now called Maxine Dupree. And according to Sean Rossap from Fight Faithful, he is going to be replacing Max Dupree, this woman, Maxine. So it apparently was one of the final decisions McMahon made. I think they're going to go forward with this, so I don't know. That gimmick, man, man, it's kind of funny that Max Dupree was the one that got out and not the two idiots. What are they called? Macy and what the hell the other guy's called. I guess they're going to come back next week, I guess. I don't know. Next we get the fucking main event. The Street Profits and Madcap Moss versus the Usos and Theory. I think they're high on Madcap Moss, man. They put him in the fucking main event. Obviously, we all know they're high on Austin Theory. But they're probably high on Madcap Moss, too. They're putting him in the main event. Pretty damn good show, man. Pretty good damn match. Ends up into the disqualification. But it was a good match, man. It was a good match. Like I said, after the fucking match, Brock Lesnar comes out, beats the shit out of Austin Theory. Kind of funny how he targeted Austin Theory, not the Usos, but whatever. Just beat the shit out of him with the damn briefcase. And that was pretty much it. Look, nothing feels different, right? It's the same shit. Like fucking milking out the Sheamus, Drew McIntyre number one contenders match. They're milking it. Same thing where you get fucking Alea and fucking Lacey Evans. There's never a match between those two. A lot of it's the same. I think a lot of right now, obviously, it's a lot of McMahon stuff. It's gonna take a while, I think, for if we do see changes with this company. Right now, I think with SummerSlam coming up, a lot of this has a lot of Vince McMahon's fingerprints on it, right? So I think we got to be patient. Especially remember they had to rewrite the script because Brock Lesnar left and then he came back. So who knows if like this was a whole plan from the beginning. I don't even know if Stephanie McMahon was planning on coming out, and then she ended up having to do that because they didn't know if they were going to have Brock Lesnar involved or not. So I think at least last way after SummerSlam. And, the big show coming up with Castle Crown in September. And then I think they have another Saudi Arabia show in November. And then after that, we have Survivor Series. We have Royal Rumble. And then I think as time goes on, we're going to see more of maybe, what the plan is, the vision for Nick Khan, Stephanie, Triple H. and whoever is going to be running this puppy. But right now, SummerSlam, it's a lot of McMahon's fingerprints. So I think right now we definitely got to wait for SummerSlam to pass. Maybe once SummerSlam passes, starting in like August, maybe we'll get a lot of stuff more from Stephanie, Nick Khan, and Triple H. So let's be patient. Let's see what happens. It's also possible they just write this year out and they don't make any changes, and then come 2023, they make more changes. Who knows? Who knows how long it's gonna take? So if you remember, when they won the Monday Night War with WCW, they won them in 2001. That's when they went out of business and they bought them. They didn't really take their foot off the gas pedal completely until like about 2009. That's when they kind of really took their foot off the gas pedal and got all soft and PG. That took 7 years. I think WWE 2000, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, I think 2009 when Shawn Michaels retired and Triple H and Undertaker became part-timers. That's where I started seeing it going to the shithole around 2009. It maybe went completely to the shithole maybe like 2012, 2011 when CM Punk did his whole pipe bomb. But it took a while, man. So we'll see. We'll see when we'll really start seeing changes from with this company. Because right now it feels like McMahon is still there. He has his fingerprints all over the fucking the storylines. But ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm all like a light.